Good morning, students. Welcome to Complex Analysis live lectures. In this lecture, we'll discuss about regions in the complex plane. Okay. So let's start with few definitions. All most probably basics, but very important because during the remaining course, all these definitions will come again and again. Okay. So let's start with this C. We know it is set of complex numbers, or we can simply call it as complex plane. Okay, then suppose take a z naught is any point in this complex plane. Then what can we say about the neighborhood of z naught? Just like in real analysis, in real plane, we'll have neighborhoods, right, of z naught. So a definition is that a neighborhood of z naught is the set of, so you can call it that set, we will denote this by later, is the set of all points z. Okay, what it satisfy, the all points, you can call it here epsilon neighborhood. Just a second. So we'll take epsilon if and epsilon greater than 0. So an epsilon neighborhood of z naught is the set of all points z which are lying inside the circle. So lying but not on the not sorry, points lying inside. So we have to write here lying inside but not on the circle mod z minus z naught is equal to epsilon. Is this definition clear? What we are saying, that what is meant by epsilon neighborhood of z naught? Is the set of all points z, they should lie inside the circle but should not be on the circle, right? So that means what is this same as saying that this is nothing but the set z such that which satisfies mod z minus z naught is strictly less than epsilon. Is this clear? Because mod z minus z naught is equal to epsilon is the circle, and we want a point that should be inside this circle but not on this circle. Is that clear? Is definition clear?
Yes, sir.
And we will denote this by, so we will denote this neighborhood by n epsilon z naught. Okay, that means this is nothing but all points z such that z minus z naught is less than epsilon. If we draw picture here, so I'll take this as a, okay, so if you take this, then the center point is z naught, right, and this much is radius epsilon. Now uh, here this I will denote, if you take any point z, this is z, then the distance between this z and z naught, this is nothing but mod z minus z naught, and we can see that this is strictly less than epsilon. So therefore this z lies in this epsilon neighborhood. Okay, but they should not be on the circle, means this is like we can dotted line, that means those points are not included. Is that clear? Yes or no? hmm?
Yes,
It
sir.
means boundary points are not
Sorry.
boundary points are not allowed here.
Yes, and this whatever circle I have drawn, right, and those points won't be there, remaining all points will be there. That means if you take anything inside this, all points will be there. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if you take any point here, that won't be there because that value is exactly mod z minus z naught equal to epsilon, right? So you can call it this as a disk. Clear? Any problem? Hmm?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Oh. Now there is also another definition called deleted epsilon neighborhood. So deleted epsilon NBHD we will write just to understand it is deleted neighborhood of Z naught. Okay, or punctured neighborhood of Z naught. This also can be call it as punctured epsilon neighborhood of Z naught. So only difference between this epsilon neighborhood and deleted epsilon neighborhood is that point Z naught won't be there. Okay, that means this n epsilon Z naught, from this you remove Z naught. Is this clear? Hmm? This is the deleted epsilon neighborhood of Z naught. So all points of this epsilon neighborhood of Z naught except that point itself, right? Any problem? So that means how you can denote in set such that, see what is distance between Z naught and Z naught? If your Z is equal to Z naught, then what is distance between Z naught and Z naught? Huh? 0, right? Okay. So Z naught is not here. Z naught is not here. That means the distance between those 2 points is strictly greater than 0. Is that clear? Hmm? If we write like this,
Yes, sir.
that means Z naught is not satisfying this condition. Is this clear? Because Z naught minus Z naught is 0, which is not strictly greater than 0. So Z naught won't be there in this collection. Any problem? Hmm? That means it is just like puncture. So you take a paper and in center you put a hole. Okay. So remaining all points will be there except that Z naught. Right? Any problem?
No, sir.
Oh. Then using this neighborhoods, we will define the following definition. You take, let S be any subset of the complex plane C, and suppose Z naught is a point in C. You take any point Z naught. Then this Z naught is called an interior point of S if, what should be the definition? If at least there should exist some neighborhood of Z naught, this some epsilon neighborhood of Z naught, which is completely inside S. If there exists some epsilon greater than 0 such that this n epsilon Z naught, that means epsilon neighborhood of this Z naught, is completely sit inside S. Is definition clear for interior point? Hmm? What is meant by saying interior point? If there is at least one, there exists one epsilon such that the neighborhood, epsilon, that neighborhood is completely contained in S. Okay. Then the Z naught is called, a point Z naught is called exterior point, if exterior point of S. If there it is, there exists some epsilon greater than 0 such that this n epsilon of Z naught, this neighborhood, should be completely outside S. That means it is completely contained in S complement. Is this clear? Huh? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So exterior means it should be completely outside this S. It is same as saying that n epsilon Z naught should be completely contained in complement of S. That means outside S. Is this clear? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Or this is also
Yes, sir.
same as saying that this n epsilon z naught intersection S is empty. Okay. That means there is at least one neighborhood which is not at all having any points in common. That means it is not at all intersecting S. Any problem for exterior? I have written like similar lines here. This there should be one neighborhood which is completely contained in S complement. That means it is totally outside S. Okay. Then the other one Z naught is called a boundary point is called a boundary point. Okay, of S if what should be your guess? Interior point means one neighborhood, at least there is one neighborhood which is completely inside S. Exterior means there is at least one neighborhood which is completely outside S. Now, when we say something is a boundary point, whatever neighborhood you take, it should be some part should be in S, some part should be in outside S. Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That means if any given epsilon greater than 0, that is same as saying that for all epsilon greater than 0, what you will have is this n epsilon z naught. You however neighborhood you take with intersect with S, you get non-empty, and not only this n epsilon z naught intersected with S complement. This is also non-empty. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So we say that some point is a boundary point if any neighborhood you take of Z naught, it should have some points from S as well as some points from S complement, right? Okay,
Excuse me, sir.
let's see some examples to understand. Suppose you take mod Z is less than 1. Okay, mod Z is less than 1. What is this one? How it look like? This is all points. Huh?
It contain all its interior points.
But first, how it look like? It is a circle at
Yes.
whose center is origin and radius is 1 and all points inside that. That is this one. Is this clear? Yes or no? So if
Yes,
you
sir. Yes.
take this one, so let me this is 0 and what is this radius is 1, right? Okay, now mod Z is less than 1, then so I'll whether boundary points will be there, this boundary in the sense whatever I am writing in this dotted line, those points are not there in this. Is that clear? Yes or no? Remaining all points are inside here. Okay, so can you give at least one point which is a this is our S, can you give one point which is a interior point? Hmm?
0.5.
Yeah, suppose if you take here any points, for example you take this point, then you can find a smaller neighborhood. Yes or no? Which is completely
Yes, sir.
contained in S.
Yes, sir.
What about this point? If I take this point, then it is also there, right? So whatever points you take inside, they are all interior points for this region. This is our S. Is this clear? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So every point of S is an interior point. Now, can you give some points which are not interior points, that means exterior points? Hmm? Yes, 2. For example, 2, okay, if you take 2 which is outside, right? So for example, take 2 is an exterior point of this set. Can you give some complex number? Purely it is a real number, right? Can you give one complex number which is an exterior point of this one? That means you should give a complex number whose absolute value is greater than or equal to 1. Hmm? This much time you take? This 2 is somebody's, huh?
Plus I.
Sorry,
Plus 5i.
2,
2 plus 5i.
2 plus 5i. Okay. So all these things, because if you find the value, it is strictly greater than 1. Okay. So therefore, they are all exterior points you can find out. Is that clear? Now, can you give some boundary points? Boundary point of this S? Hmm? What is boundary of this set S?
1.
1. Very good. So if you take 1, only is that 1? Hmm? So if I write this is 1, only this one. So 1 is one boundary point. What about any other points? Hmm?
2 also.
2 is not a boundary point. Why? Because 2 is an exterior point.
Exterior.
You can find a small neighborhood. See, for example, here it is 2. Huh? This is 2. I can find a small neighborhood which is not at all intersecting this S. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, what are other points? Only one point is there which is boundary point. Hmm?
Minus 1.
Huh?
2
1.1.
plus I is possible.
Greater than? That means if you say, suppose this one, what is this point? Is minus 1, right? And what about this is I and this is minus I, huh? Whose absolute value is exactly equal to 1, right? Yes or no? Huh? Plus or minus 1, plus or minus I. Or you take any points from all this which are lying on this circle. They are all boundary points. Is that clear? Hmm? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So not only this, mod z is equal to 1. Any z satisfying mod z is equal to 1. They are all boundary points. Is that clear? Now can somebody tell why 1 is a boundary point? However small neighborhood you take, right? However big neighborhood you take, around 1 or around minus 1, whatever. Okay. Some part is with S, some part is with S complement. Is this clear? Yes or no? So you can see that this much part is with S, okay, and this much part is with S complement, right? Is that clear?
Yes,
Hmm?
sir.
So these are the boundary points for this mod Z less than 1. Now you take exercise. So simple exercise. Take the unit circle. That means mod Z is equal to 1. Mod Z is equal to 1. Only this much. So how it look like? Hmm? What is your picture? It is only this much part, not inside one. Okay? Yes or no? Hmm? Only this much, not inside, because if you take inside, their distance is strictly less than 1. So this is your S mod Z equal to 1, right? So what are all? Find interior points, exterior points, and boundary points of this S, which is unit circle mod Z is equal to 1. Can somebody tell, are there any interior points for mod Z is equal to 1?
No.
No, sir.
What about exterior? Can you see boundary points? What can you say about boundary points?
Yes, plus minus 1 plus 2 minus 1.
Every point of that S is a boundary point or not? Just like what we discussed in this example, for this circle also, every point of that circle S. That means if you take any point on that circle, a point on this circle, they are all boundary points or not?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Now if I take any point, something like here, what can you say about this point? Is it an interior point or is it an exterior point for this circle? For this circle, see there is a difference between this image and this one. Is that clear? Here mod Z is less than 1. It is just like you take a paper and cut in circle shape. Whatever you are going to get, that is mod Z less than 1. What about mod Z is equal to 1? It is just like a ring which we wear. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So there is a difference between mod Z less than 1 and mod Z is equal to 1. So if I take a point here, what can you say about that point? Whether it is an interior point or it is an exterior point?
Exterior point.
Exterior point. Why? Because I can find this small neighborhood which is not intersecting this ring. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See here it is, this one is just like you take a paper and cut by round, and whatever inside is still it is a paper. Whereas this mod Z equal to 1, it is just like you have a take a thread and attach those end points. Then whatever you see, it is a mod Z is equal to 1, right? Okay. So what you can see is that there are no interior points, and whether you take here or outside, they are all exterior points. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And what about these points? They are all
Boundary points.
boundary points.
Boundary points.
Very good. Fine. So you should understand difference between, just don't think that if it is inside, then it is just like an interior point. Okay. Fine. Any problem?
No, sir.
So this boundary point, set of boundary points, you can denote by S. This set of boundary points just used by boundary of S like that. So what is boundary of S is nothing but set of all boundary points. Okay. So if you want, you can write this definition as set of all boundary points of S is called boundary of S. Okay. And we can denote by BDR of RY of S. So if you take a circle, mod Z is equal to 1, then what is its boundary? Is mod itself. Everything is a boundary, right? Okay. If you take mod z less than 1, then what is boundary is mod z is equal to 1. Fine. Now we'll come to using this boundary points, we'll define what is meant by an open set. Okay. So we say that a set S which is subset of C is called open if this S does not contain any of its boundary points. That means S should not contain any of the boundary points, any of its boundary points. If S does not contain any of its boundary points. Is the definition clear? What is meant by saying that a set is open? You should know what are its boundary points, and those boundary points should not be in that set. Yes, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll
Yes.
similarly a set, then we come to examples. A set S is called closed if this S contains all its boundary points. Okay. So now tell me, so if it is closed means it should contain all boundary points. Open means it should not contain any of its boundary points, right? So I'll write different S here. Then you tell me whether those sets are open or closed. Okay. So if I take S is equal to mod Z less than 1, I'll write this is S1. Then set S2. Say suppose this is mod Z less than or equal to 1. Okay. Another set S3, which say I'll call it as 1 less than mod Z less than or equal to 3. Okay. And if I, yeah, suppose if you take such things, then what can you say about this? If I take even S4 as my entire complex plane, now tell me what can you say about S1? Whether S1 is open? Hmm? Is S1 open?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Why? Why S1 is open?
Because it does not.
Because it does not have bond point. That is
Very
why.
good. Because what are boundary points for this set S1? Precisely the unit circle, right? Which is not here. Yes or no? So this S1 is open.
Yes, sir.
Whether it is closed? Hmm? Whether is it closed? No, right? Because what is boundary? Boundary is not included here, right? So open but not closed, right? What about second one? S2,
Open and closed.
is it open?
Closed system.
Open and closed.
Is it open?
Open.
Why is it open?
Because if we take less than 1, then it will be open.
But mod Z equal to 1, they are also points of S2, right? Mod Z equal to 1, they are also points of S2. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So they are actually mod Z is equal to 1. All those points are boundary points of this circle, this S2, right? Can you draw the picture of S2? This thick line is also there. Yes or no? That means everything, this entire thing is your, the thick line is also there. This is your S2, right? Okay. Now for this, what is the boundary? The boundary is this, whatever I am writing with pink color, right? So whether boundary is included in S2 or not, it is there. It contains boundary points also. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Therefore, it is not open, right?
closed.
But what about when it is closed? Yes, because it contains
Yes,
all its
closed.
boundary points. Okay, but it is closed. Okay. Now, what about this S3? What about S3? How you can?
Neither closed nor open.
Yeah. So if you how you can draw the picture? Mod Z greater than 1. Okay. This is greater than 1, but less than or equal to 3. So because it is less than or equal to 3, so it should not be dotted line. Okay. So it is not a dotted line. It is not a dotted line. Okay. So this whatever inside is there, that much part. Okay. Right. This much, but not inside. Why it is not open, not closed? So you can write this as neither open nor closed. Yes or no? Hmm?
Yes,
Can you tell me what is the boundary for S3? Somebody tell what is the boundary for S3? Because you should know boundary, then only you can see whether it is open or not. What is the boundary? What is the boundary of S? Hmm? Can somebody tell boundary?
3.
See, when you are saying boundary means all points Z satisfying some condition.
Z equals to 3.
Z
Z
mod
equals to 3, sir.
mod Z. See, because they are complex numbers, so their absolute values, all Z. See, what is this mod Z less than 1? It is actually meaning that Z such that mod Z is less than 1. We are not writing in set notation, but it is understood. Is that clear? Hmm?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes.
Hmm. So, what can you say about boundary? What are all boundary points for this S3? Can I draw this picture again bigger to understand better? Let's write this S3. So, you have this one and the other one. Okay. So this much part is there. Whatever we are writing here, mod Z strictly greater than 1 but less than or equal to 3. Now can somebody tell me what is the boundary of S3? That means if you take some point, whatever small neighborhood you take, it should have points from S3 as well as outside S3. Huh?
One
One.
boundary for that bond set.
So whatever you are, this one, this is a boundary. Yes or no? Because if I take a point on that and if I take however small it is, it intersect S as well as its complement. Yes or no? Huh?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, this is your S3 and this is your S3 complement, and not only that, this is also S3 complement, right? Okay. So mod Z is equal to 1. But are there only these are the points which are boundary points? Hmm? Are there any other points which are also boundary points? Hmm? Are there other points which are also boundary points?
3.
That means mod Z is equal to 3. If you take any point on this outer circle, okay, then they are also boundary points. Because if you take this one, it intersects S3 as well as it intersects S3 complement. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So mod Z is equal to 1 or mod Z is equal to 3. These are the all points satisfying this condition. Either mod Z is equal to 1 or mod Z is equal to 3. They are actually boundary of S3. Is that clear? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me why it is not open? Because it contains some boundary points, namely mod z is equal to 3. And why it is not closed? Why it is not closed? Because we say something is closed if it contains all its boundary points. So it is not containing mod z is equal to 1. Those points are not there in S3, which are boundary points. Is that clear? Huh?
Yes, sir.
So therefore it is neither open nor closed. If I take this, say for example, another one as 5, which is S5, I'll write 1 less than or equal to mod z less than or equal to 2. What can you say about this one? What can you say about this? Huh?
It is
Close.
It is closed. Is that clear? Either is it open? Is it open?
No, sir.
No. So this is not open, but it is closed.
Close.
So you should understand, to know about openness and closeness, you should know what is its boundary of that, whatever we are talking about subset, right? What about C? This S4. This is, you can check that it is both closed and open. Why? It is like a paper where there is no boundary is there. No boundary points. Have you understood? Yes or no? It is just like a unending ground. You take ground where there is no end for any side you go. Okay. So because it doesn't have any boundary points, so you can call it that as both open as well as closed, right? Any problem?
no, sir.
Yes. If you have anyone having doubts, you please ask me. So if you write this in terms of boundary notation, this S does not contain any of its boundary points. That means what? How you can write? This boundary of S, every boundary point of S is completely contained out of S. That means it is contained in S complement. Is this clear? No boundary point is belongs to S. That means it belongs to S complement. How you can write here? If S contains all its boundary points, that means it is completely contained in S. Is this clear? So if boundary of S is completely contained in S, then we say it is closed. If it is completely contained in S complement, then we say it is open. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that is meaning. We are just written in terms of notation. Okay. Fine. Now, of course, you can call it S bar. So if you denote the closure, S bar, which is closure of S as S union boundary of S, then one can check that this S bar is always closed, is closed set. Why? Why this is a closed set? It already contains all its boundaries. Is this clear? Yes or no? So this S bar, if you denote closure of S as S union boundary of S, then S bar is a closed set clearly. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because it already contains this boundary of S. S bar is S union boundary of S. Okay. So you write now as a simple exercise, you take this mod Z is less than 1, mod Z less than or equal to say 2, okay, and 2 less than mod Z less than or equal to 4, okay. Then write down for all these things, these are all your set S. This is set S1, S2, S3. So write down S bar for above sets. Okay, that means you have to include boundary points. That's all. Is that clear? Is problem clear what I'm saying? If mod z is less than 1, then you should know what is boundary and include that boundary. Any problem? What is boundary for this first problem? What is S bar? S union boundary of S. Are you there?
One.
Mod z is equal to 1 is all points. Mod z is equal to 1 is the boundary of S. So therefore, what is S bar? So I'll write 1. What is S bar? Is mod z less than or mod z less than or equal to 1. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, you should.
Yes, sir.
What about for 2? Huh? What about 2? What is S bar? Is it same as S or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, bar is mod
Yes,
of z
sir.
is equals to 2.
Mod z less than or equal to 2 is your S bar, right? So if it is already closed, then it already contains all its boundary points. So S bar is same as S. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir.
fine. Now let's move to another definition. What is meant by connected? Connected set. So we say that a subset, or we require minimum an open set. Okay, an open set an open subset S of C is called connected if given any pair of points, z1 and z2, z1 and given any 2 points z1 and z2 of S, the polygonal line joining z1 and z2. What is meant by polygonal line? It contains finitely many line segments. Okay, that means finitely many line segments join end to end. Okay, that is called polygonal line. Okay, it is not just one line, it is maybe, even if it is not a one line, then say suppose take 2-3 lines, then join end to end, that what you call it as polygonal line. The polygonal line should lie entirely in S. Okay, so given any 2 points z1 and z2, join z1 and z2 using finitely many lines, then that entire line should lie in S. So the polygonal line joining z1 and z2 lies entirely in S. Is definition clear? What is meant by saying a set is said to be connected? That means suppose if I take, so I am taking something not necessarily like this. Okay, you take anything. Then I'll take some z1 and z2. Obviously, I can draw with one line itself or not. That is again entirely lie in S. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Suppose if I take one point here and another point here, then even though one line doesn't work, but I can come something like this, then here, then I can join it. Is this clear? This is my z1, this is my z2. So you have a polygonal line joining z1 and z2, which is again completely lying inside S. So therefore this S is connected. Any problem? Hmm? So here just make sure whatever boundary is not there, otherwise it is not an open set. Huh? So boundary, whatever boundary is not there. So whenever we denote something by dotted line, it is understood that that part is not considered. Clear? Huh? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So suppose take some quickly examples and see whether you will understood or not. If you take mod z, quickly say suppose less than 2, whether is it connected or not? Hmm? Any 2 points you take, you can join by line, so it is connected, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So if I take suppose this one, then this is also connected. You can simply draw the picture and check. If you take any 2 points, you can see that it is also, you can join using polygonal line. Whereas if you take, say suppose mod z is less than 1, or point satisfying mod z minus 2 is less than 1, okay, then this is your set. What is your set? S. Some point will be there in S whose absolute value is less than 1, or it's, or mod z minus 2 is less than 1, okay, is not connected. Can you draw this picture? Mod z is less than 1. Okay, so suppose if I take this, then how mod z is less than 1? Center, then with radius 1. This is mod z less than 1. This inside one. Is that clear? This inside part. Okay. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now what about mod z minus 2 is less than 1? That means it is a disk. See, this entire part is there. Mod z less than 1. Now what about mod z minus 2 is less than 1? Center is what? Center is 2 and radius is 1. So if this is 0, this is 1, and you will have here is 2, okay, and radius 1. That means how you will get? You will get like this. Is that clear? Yes or no? This is mod z, sorry, mod z minus 2, mod z minus 2 less than 1. Okay. Now tell me whether this collection, this union, this, whether is it connected? Hmm? Is it connected? No. Why?
No, sir. No, sir.
Why?
No.
Huh?
There is no polygonal line to connect.
Which point? At least you should able to give 2 points whose polygonal line is not completely lie in that yes. Hmm? Whether one is there in this set? Yes. Hmm? Is one there in this set? Is one belongs to here? No, right?
No, sir.
Because one not satisfying this condition. So if I join a line between 0 and 2, huh? However you go it, however line you take. For example, this 0 to line, if I join this one is there, right? Yes or no? Because of this end points, you cannot travel from a one point in this mod z less than 1 to the other point which is mod z minus 2 is less than 1. Are you following? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is not connected, because however you take one point from here and another point from here, then you don't have a polygonal line, right? Yes or no? If you take 2 points either from mod z less than 1 or mod z minus 2 less than 1, then it is true, but it should be true for all given any pair of points. Okay, so that's why it is not connected. Okay, clear?
Sir,
Huh?
hello.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
if we have z is less than equal to 1 or z minus 2 is less than equal to 1, then
Huh?
is it connected?
Yeah, obviously. See, if you take less than or equal to 1, okay, the moment if you take here less than or equal to 1, then they have one common point 1. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. One
Then,
is a common point.
then you can join any point from Z1 to that 1 and from 1 to the Z2. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is your doubt clear? If at all mod Z less than or equal
Yes.
to 1, if it is there, then you connect Z1 to 1, then 1 to Z2, right? Yes or no? Hmm? Any problem? Hmm? Yes? Quickly. So if the moment if you use there just the less than or equal to 1, then it is connected. Fine. Now we say that what is meant by a domain, we will define two definitions. One is domain, the another one is region. The domain is nothing but a non-empty connected subset of C is called a domain. That means it should be non-empty, and given any 2 points there should exist a polygonal line which is completely lies inside that. And a region means a domain. See, remember, a connected means it should be an open set. It should be an open set. Okay. So a domain together with none or some or all boundary points. All boundary points. So that is called a region. So a region may not be a domain always, because we may consider some boundary points or all boundary points also. Okay. Is the region definition and example, domain and region difference is clear? Domain means it should be open, non-empty, and given any 2 points, it should have connected property. Whereas a region, it can have some or all boundary points also. For example, if I say mod Z is less than 1, is it domain or not? Hmm? It is a domain. It is open and you can check that it is connected. Okay. Where if you take mod Z less than or equal to 1, then this is not a domain because it is not open, but it is a region. Is that clear? Hmm?
Yes.
So these are all examples of regions. Okay. So only difference between domain and region is you are adding some boundary points to your that domain. Okay, then it may not, it is not domain, but you will call it that as a region. Okay. Any problem? Hmm?
No, sir.
Okay. So we'll stop here. In next class, we'll see, we'll define what is meant by an accumulation point, and we'll see how accumulation point is related to open and closed set. Then we will define the complex functions, okay, analytic function and so on. So we'll stop here. Please go through this. Basic points you should understand. Then it will be easier to understand later topics. So few lectures we go little slow. Okay, we'll stop here.